All right, today we are diving deep into the world of an animal that is just this incredible mix of raw power and gentle, caring family member, the elephant. We're going to explore everything from their amazing anatomy all the way to their surprisingly deep emotional intelligence. So let's just kick this off with a number that is, well, it's pretty staggering. 40,000. That is how many individual muscles an elephant has in its trunk alone. To put that in perspective, a human has just over 600 muscles in their entire body. This incredible setup gives the trunk the brute force to tear a tree out of the ground, but also the delicate touch to pick up a single blade of grass. It's truly amazing. Okay, so to really get to know these giants, we're going to break our journey down into 5 key areas. We'll start with their unique physical makeup. Then we'll look at how they spend their days, their really complex social lives, their remarkable minds, and finally, the tough challenges they face in our world today. First up, let's break down the biological hardware that really makes an elephant an elephant. And these aren't just random features, you know. They're highly specialized tools that have been perfected over millions and millions of years. Now, it's super important to know we're talking about 2 main species here. You've got African elephants, and they have these enormous ears that are kind of shaped like the continent of Africa, which is a great way to remember it. And those ears are brilliant for radiating heat. Asian elephants, on the other hand, have smaller, more rounded ears. You'll also see differences in their head shape and with their tusks. Tusks are common on both male and female African elephants, but you usually only see them on male Asian elephants. So get this, each of an elephant's iconic features is like a multi-purpose tool. That incredible trunk, it's not just for breathing and smelling. It's a hand for grabbing things, it's a snorkel when they're in deep water, and it can even be a high-powered water hose. Their tusks are actually just super long teeth, perfect for digging for water or defending themselves. And those giant ears, they're basically huge personal air conditioners packed with blood vessels to help cool the elephant down. Okay, so you have this massive body. How do you power it? Well, fueling an animal that can weigh up to 13,000 pounds is, as you can probably guess, a full-time, all-consuming job. An adult elephant can eat up to 300 pounds of vegetation. We're talking grasses, leaves, bark, pretty much anything they can find every single day. To put that into perspective, that's like you or me eating about 600 cheeseburgers. This constant need for food really dictates their entire life. And just look at this chart. It perfectly shows how much of their life is just dedicated to eating. Up to 18 hours a day is spent just looking for food. This means they are always on the move, which, as you can see, leaves very, very little time for anything else, including sleep. But it's not all just about finding food. Beyond their physical needs, elephants have one of the most complex and emotionally rich social structures in the entire animal kingdom. It's a world that's built on family, on memory, and on cooperation. What's so fascinating is that these herds are led by a matriarch. And she's not the leader because she's the biggest or the strongest. She's the leader because she is the wisest. She is the herd's living library, holding generations of knowledge. She knows where to find water during a drought. She remembers the ancient migration routes. She knows how to handle threats. The survival of her entire family literally rests on her experience. And here's where things get really different. Male and female elephants lead dramatically different lives. A female elephant will spend her whole life surrounded by her mom, her sisters, aunts, and cousins in this incredibly tight-knit family. But a male? He leaves the family when he's a teenager. He might hang out with other young males for a while, but his life becomes much, much more solitary. Okay. So let's peel back another layer and look at the incredible software that's running inside these giants, their minds. We're moving beyond just simple animal instinct here and into the realm of real, true intelligence and deep emotion. Elephants have shown some unbelievably advanced abilities. They use tools like grabbing a branch to use as a fly swatter. They can actually recognize themselves in a mirror, which is a huge sign of self-awareness that only a few species on Earth can do. And maybe most profound of all, they show what really looks like grief. They've been seen visiting the bones of their dead family members years later, just gently touching them with their trunks. There's this sentiment from researchers who've spent their entire lives with elephants, and it just captures the depth of their inner world so perfectly. It's a good reminder that we're looking at beings with rich emotional lives that, honestly, we're only just beginning to truly understand. So, finally, after exploring just how incredible these animals are, we have to look at the very precarious position they're in today. Because unfortunately, their massive size and strength are just no match for the modern challenges they're facing. Elephants are up against two enormous and often connected threats. The biggest, as you can see, is poaching, the illegal hunting for their ivory tusks. But almost as devastating is habitat loss. As human populations grow, elephant territory gets turned into farms and cities, and that, of course, leads to conflict. But the story does not end there. There is hope. All around the world, there are these dedicated conservation groups working tirelessly. They're using cool tech like GPS collars and drones to track herds and stop poachers, and they're working with local communities to find ways for people and elephants to live alongside each other peacefully. And all of this leaves us with a final and I think really crucial question. Now that we understand just a little bit more about the complex lives, the intelligence, and the emotional depth of elephants, what role do we play in securing their future? Because understanding these incredible giants, that's the first, most essential step toward protecting them.